Hey, welcome to this edition of the SoapBox. I'm Josh Durham.
And I'm Laura Taylor.
And this week we've got something to say about travel, moving pictures, and keeping it real. Real cool in the summertime.
We will kick it off with laying out 3 simple ways to keep cool during the summer that everyone can use. And before you burn your hands on the popcorn, in the movie review, Josh has some rumbling of his own about one of the first blockbusters of the season. Hold on to your seats.
And honk the horns of your station wagon as we'll take a slow drive through a fresh and unique summer vacation on a budget. But, let's get right to it. And since it's already starting to get hot in the studio, can I just say something? I highly dislike the humidity, especially this time of year. Like what it does to my skin. My hair is a mess, my product melts, and my makeup's just falling off.
Josh, calm down. It's the SoapBox, not the complaint box. You'll get your time. Just rub your earlobes and relax.
How did you know about that?
Speaking of boxes, we want to hear from you. Drop us a line. Let us know how we're doing. Any stories you'd like to hear, if we should slow down on the coffee or press down on the gas pedal. Mi casa es su casa. This SoapBox is for you.
Whether you're on the city streets of New York or deep in the heart of Texas, if you are in the northern hemisphere right now, you are all screaming about the heat. It's the home stretch of the summer we like to call here the dog days. So instead of trying to fry an egg on the concrete outside, here are 5 unusual tips to keep you cool when all else fails.
Number 1, go tropical. I know what you're thinking. You're nuts. But trust me on this one. Loose, lightweight cotton and linen clothing rules. The gayabera, sometimes called the Mexican wedding shirt, is constructed to cool you naturally. A relative of the traditional Filipino barong, the gayabera wicks moisture away from the skin and is worn untucked to promote the air circulation. Madras is another good summertime choice for both men and women's clothing. But if you're not into adding a juggernaut of culture into your wardrobe, don't forget the old standard clothing on the American Deep South. Seersucker. Its crisp cotton and cooling ridges make it a hot weather classic.
Number 2, don't eat. Graze. Another family gathering and another big meal, and no, the nearest city is not Mylanta. You ever notice how you feel after a big meal? And it's not just because the food was served warm. Big protein-laden meals force your body to stoke its metabolic fires. The solution is to break up your eating into smaller, more frequent meals. Hey, you'll feel cooler and it's better for you anyway. Try throwing some natural carbs like carrots and blueberries onto your salad and keep the protein smaller and more frequent during the day.
Here's number 3, cool that pulse point. When you were sick as a child, your mom may have brought you a cold face cloth. This idea works the same way. Chill your pulse points by running cold water over your wrists for a minute or so each hour. Splashing water on your temples or face can produce a similar effect. And be sure to put some of that tap water into a glass and stay hydrated. So the next time you feel that you are hot-blooded, you better check it and see. You might just need to be as cold as ice. Well, enough with the song lyric segues. Here comes Josh with his movie review that will leave you shaken. Man, these writers are killing me.
Summertime is here, and you know what that means. Summer movie blockbusters. Okay, not your thing? Well, feel free to get a snow cone and sit in a kiddie pool full of ice while I review the first blockbuster of the summer, San Andreas. So here's my disclaimer here. At no point during my review will I be held responsible for synonymous phraseology, otherwise referred to as cheesy, in referencing to or about natural disasters. Hey, it's not my fault. San Andreas offers a tidal wave of special effects as it follows the stories relating to a catastrophic series of earthquakes along the San Andreas Fault in California. Dwayne Johnson, Paul Giamatti, and Cara Gugino round out an ensemble cast as they matriculate their way through a natural predicament. The action starts fierce after some shaky character development with Johnson and Gugino's characters in the midst of a divorce and their daughter, played by Alexandra Daddario. Giamatti's character offers some obstacle-driven performance after being all shook up by the events that have taken place. Dwayne Johnson gives a very physical performance and shows us how much of a rock he still is with a massive physique. So the bottom line here is, this is the newest version of what was popular in the 1970s, the disaster flick. Only now, they're all made with green screens, stunt actors, and finished up with some special effects that are fantastic. Throw in some clunky monologues and cliche one-liners, and there you have it, $100 million budget. Let's just see if they can make a profit. The film has superstar caliber and potential, but lacks a little story development. So even if I was trapped in a car, hanging over a cliff, trembling as I faced imminent death, I still only give it 1 eyebrow out of 2. If you smell what I'm cooking.
You've come this far in the show, far enough to hear about travel. Vacations are wonderful this time of year, so much so that we actually take time off from our lives, jobs, etc. At least that's what I hear, anyway. I know you're on a budget and you honestly just want to do something different. Aha! Have no fear. We've compiled a few unusual suggestions that will create new memories and keep money in your pocket.
Number 1, a working farm. So before you think you'll be conquering all the roller coasters at theme parks, why not make a little hay? Literally. Farm stays, long the European answer to the country getaway, are fast becoming the great American alternative to the prepackaged vacation. Numerous states in the U.S., including New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Vermont, have wonderful working farms where you can milk the cows, hike the hills, and even have farm fresh eggs in the morning for breakfast. These unique getaways are friendly for any season. You can cross-country ski in the winter, take a hayride in the fall to see the autumn countryside, and even canoe the nearby rivers and lakes in the spring and summer.
Here's number 2, camping out, staying with the trend of getting out of the city. Nice time under the stars with the crackle of a campfire may be your elixir of choice. There's a smattering of wonderful lakes, such as Lake Tahoe, and national parks like Big Bend in southwestern Texas that have ample cabins and housing for you to have a camping adventure of your choice. Or if you choose to rough it more with a tent, you can definitely have it. These wonderful places usually have miles of hiking through scenic terrain, and you could even try your hand at fly fishing. Just make sure you catch fish though. Want to know something some more? The campsites are insanely cheap, some as little as $25 per night.
Numero 3, train rides. If you're not up for driving in the summer heat while sitting in traffic, or those good old airport terminals that have you feeling ill at the very thought, why not try a train? This is seriously one of the most fun ways to travel. I've done it, and you can do it in style. Try taking an Amtrak overnight to the destination of your choice, whether it be a shopping excursion in New York City or catching a baseball game in Chicago. The overnight cars on the trains are equipped with a bed and extra large seat to recline. You can catch up on a great book you've been wanting to read, have a great conversation, and who knows, maybe even play charades with the other passengers as you check out the countryside in a part of the U.S. you may have never seen before. Trust me, you will definitely say this train will stop here again when you see the accessibility the train ride offers. Yep, had to get another song reference in again.
Well, that about wraps it up for this week's edition of the show. Josh, please no more song lyrics, especially your rap music.
Whatever. I'm just thrilled to still have the skill to talk about these great deals.
Oh my. Well, that just happened. Next week, we will be back on the Soapbox with something else new to say.
So stay fresh, stay clean.